Good morning, first grade. How are you this morning? Good. We're going to go ahead and get started with our morning. We're going to do our math morning meeting, and then we're going to go over the lesson together this morning. So, let's go ahead and get started. Yesterday in math morning meeting, it was April 21st. Let me cover that up. April 21st. So, what do you think today's date would be? If yesterday was April 21st, 2020, what would today's date be? Good. Today's date is April 22nd, 2020. And then when we write it, actually say that with me. Let's say today's date. You ready? Go. Today's date is April 22nd, 2020. Good. And so when we use that writing digits, then we use that with numbers, right? So my 4 represents the month, which is April. The 22nd or the 22 represents the date, which is today's day, April 22nd. And the 20 represents the year, because the year is 2020. So we know this is the way that we write it out, and this is the way we use writing it in digits. All right, instead of writing it today, I am just going to say it with you. But what is the day of the week today? Think about what day of the week it is. And I know it's kind of hard because we're not writing it often and stuff. We're not at school and we're not hearing it over and over again. But you still should know it. So let's go today and let's sing our old Days of the Week song together to keep that fresh in our mind. Are you ready? Here we go. Sing it with me. I'm trying to get the old one in my mind. Okay, here we go. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the Lord's Day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Good. So, how many days are in a week? How many days are in a week? Good, 7. How many days are technically like work days or the middle of the week? Weekdays. Weekdays. Most time we go to school, your parents go to work. Weekdays. There are 5 of them. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And then how many weekends are there? The ends of the week. 2, Saturday and Sunday. Very good. All right. So, what is today? Today is, what do you think? What's today? Help me. Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday. So, if today is Wednesday, what was yesterday? Tuesday, right? So, if yesterday was Tuesday and today is Wednesday, what will tomorrow be? Thursday. Very good. Very good. All right. This morning we're going to go back to telling time because we've been doing some money. Let's go back to telling time. And let's review by singing our time song. Because which hand do we read first on a clock? On any clock, not just Judy clock. All the clocks, right? We read the hour hand, which is the shortest hand first. And then the second hand we read is the minute hand, which is the longer hand, okay? Let's review by singing our time song. Here we go. The hour hand's the shortest hand. So first we say that one. The minute hand's the longest hand. We say it, then we're done. It's short then long, it's short then long. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Telling time is fun to do. Fun for me and you. Good. All right, so let's tell some time together. No easy ones today. Hopefully she won't fall down. Okay. Be careful here. What do you think, what time it is? Read your hour hand first, then read your minute hand. I'm hoping that you said it is 4:47 because you are correct. My hour hand's between the 4 and the 5. It's not quite 5 o'clock yet. It's almost 5 o'clock. And then I come here and I count by 5, starting at 30, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then I count by 1s. 46, 47, 48. Miss Hunter, I was wrong. I apologize. So it is 4:48, not 47. Very good. Hopefully you were catching me the whole time saying, no, 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 no. That's wrong. All right. Let's keep going. Let's do another one. Oh, yeah, let's do this one. This one's pretty good. Okay, what time is it? Hopefully right now you are saying it is 9, because you're reading your hour hand. 9:03. Okay, we don't say 9:03. We would say 9:03. All right? Or 3 minutes after 9. Because we know our hour hand's here. And then our minute hand's not straight up. So it's not 9 o'clock. And it was here. So I'm sorry, it was here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 9:03. Last one, let's review. Let's see. I haven't done this one in a while. Let's see. What time is it? Hopefully you are saying it is 5:30. You're exactly right. Who remembers another way to say 5:30? If you say, what time is it? And this person says it is 5:30, you know it's 5:30, right? So we can say 5:30 or 5:30. All right? Good job. Let's do a little bit of counting this morning. Let's go ahead and get warmed up and let's count by tens. Ready, go to 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's go backwards by 10, starting at 100. You ready? 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. Good. Let's count by 5, starting at the number 40. Ready? Go. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Now, I want you to go backwards counting by 5s. This time, let's start at the number, we'll start at 40 and count backwards by 5s. Here we go, backwards. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. Good. All right, let's do, we're going to start counting by 3s and 4s. Let's do that. Maybe tomorrow we'll introduce it, but let's just keep warming up now. Let's count by even numbers. Count by 2s. You ready? Go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58. Stop. Woo! Great job. Good job. I'm very proud of you. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with our day. I know we don't have our calendar and our straws to continue on, but at least we got what is important, and that is just reviewing those basic skills. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we get started, we are on lesson 114 today, and you probably have a paper like this, and so you actually don't have geoboards at home, and if you do, then awesome, and you can make some shapes with right angles, and if you don't, still awesome. It's okay. So actually, unless you have a geoboard, you do not need this paper, so you can just toss it or do whatever you want to do with it, keep it to play on or whatever. So the only things that you would need today are facts that hopefully you have already completed. And if you haven't, pause the video and get those done now for me. And then if you have, then you are ready to rock and roll with my fun lesson today. So today we're going to talk about something called right angles. Everybody say right angles. Right angles. And so this is something really fun that I like to do because there are right angles in every shape. And sometimes there's even right angles all around your house and you didn't even know it. So right now you're thinking, what is a right angle and why does she keep saying the word right angle? Right? So a right angle is when a shape comes together. They're lines, right? Or they come together and they meet. So like for example, on your paper that is let's use this one that we're going to throw away. A rectangle, right? The lines up top, the sides, right? Those sides, when they come together, they make a corner or a vertex. And so whenever those sides come together, they make a vertex, which is the corner. We talked about that last week with our shapes. They come together to make a vertex, and then they kind of look like a big L, right? Now, a lot of shapes have many other angles, and we're going to talk about those later, but today we're only going to talk about right angles, okay? So a right angle is when it looks like a big L. Not like a tiny L, because that doesn't look like an L. This is like an L, right? It's like a big uppercase L, all right? And you can even make a right angle with your hand. Either way, right? So going back to our paper, our rectangle, this is a rectangle, has a right angle. It has many right angles. See where these two sides, right here, the horizontal and the vertical lines meet up top to make this vertex? This is a right angle. See how it has a big L? Look down here. This side and this side meet to make this vertex, and this is like a big L. Also on this side and up top. So this actually has 4 right angles, this rectangle. And so a right angle can be any way. So think of the L any way. So it can be straight up, it can be backwards, it can be upside down, it can be sideways, tilted. Any way that you can find a right angle is fine as long as it looks like the big L. So on my paper or on my board, I have drawn out some right angles. And so right now you're thinking like, what are all those symbols? Well, these are right angles. And I'm going to show you right now how we're going to identify them. So this one here, do you see that it is a L, right? It's just an uppercase L. Well, this is a right angle. And here's how we're going to identify them. We're going to put a little square in the corner. And so it kind of like is like half of a box. And that tells me it's a perfect right angle, right? Okay, understand? Let's keep going. Over here, do you see how this is an upside down L? Yeah, it is. And so same thing, I can make a perfect box. If you can put a box in the corner, then you've got a right angle. Let's look at this one, it's backwards. But do you see an L? Yep. And can I put a box in it? I sure can. I've made a right angle. Now, do you see I didn't make a full box? I can, but there's no need to because the L already has that for me. Okay? This L is, again, turned around. It's upside down. But if I were to turn, it looks like an L. So I'm going to put half my box in there. And that is a right angle. Let's go down here. Right now, this kind of looks like a mountain. But if you were to turn your head, it is a right angle. So I wouldn't go like this because that's not a box. That's a curve. Okay, make it look like a baseball field. All right, so I want to make this perfect square. All right, so remember, I'm putting that box or that square in there. Same thing here. I see an L, it's just tilted. I'm going to start and see if I can make a square, and I can. This one looks like an arrow, but if I tilt my head, oh, I see the big L. Okay, and same thing, I can put my box. I'm going to start at the vertical line. Going down, that's a right angle. And same thing on this side. If I were to tilt my head, I could see it. Starting with the vertical line, I have a right angle. So right angles are when two lines come together to make a corner or a vertex. And it looks kind of like a big uppercase letter L. Now, right now, you could probably go around in your house to find some right angles. Want to come with me? Let's go see some. So, let's go on kind of like a scavenger hunt. I'm only going to pick out a few. But then I want you to go in your house and say, hey, Mom, look, I found a right angle. So, right now, I'm in my office, and I'm looking, and I see a right angle right behind me. Okay, so, I have this picture. My grandmother gave me this picture, and my favorite color is purple, so I had to hang it up, right? So, I have this picture. Can you find a right angle in this picture? I can. Many of them. So maybe you're thinking right now the frame, and you are exactly right. The frame, right? Because I have this line here and this line here that come together to make a corner or a vertex. And so here I have a big L, right? So I would put a little square here to show that that is a right angle. We found one. Maybe even inside of the frame right here. So where this white line and this line come together to make this corner, it looks like an L, right? I can't use my other hand, but it's flipped over backwards. If I put a little box in it, that could become a right angle. All right, let's find one more, shall we? Go! I'm stopping right here. I'm going to show you. Are you ready? Here we go. I have a door. I know you have a door. So think about your door. See how I've got the line up top and my vertical line that goes up to create the vertex here? That, my friend, is a right angle. You found one. So go right now, pause the video before we start our next thing, and go ahead and find two right angles. When you're done, come back and let's get started, okay? So go find two right angles right now, somewhere in your house or in your room or wherever you may be, all right? And then whenever you get done, let's get started with one another on our guided practice sheet, okay? We are going to do the front side together like always. I will read them to you. I'm not going to do it with you, but I will walk you through each one, all right? So go ahead and get your pencils out. You know you're going to need a ruler. And let's get started, all right? At any time, like we always do, if I am going too fast, pause the video, take your time and do the work. It's not a race. And then push play and we'll keep going, all right? So at the top for your name, it says draw an 8-centimeter line segment. So on your ruler, make sure you're on the centimeter side, not the inches. And draw a nice straight line for 8 centimeters. And then put your first name, last name, and number. On the date, it's got the line for you, so you know what to do. You got to measure the line segment. And then write sorry, I was reading it. And then write the line segment, how long it is, right below it. Excuse me. All right. When you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. I'm on number 1. Number 1 says, there are 48 jump ropes and 12 balls for the children to use during recess. 15 children are using jump ropes. How many jump ropes are not being used? So just like in class, I tell you, sometimes there's information in there that's just trying to trick us and it's just not right. Can you find what information that is right now? Because I can. So right now it's wanting to know how many jump ropes are not being used. Do we even need to know how many balls are being used right now outside? No. So why don't you even tell us that? So we don't need to know about that. Let's focus on the jump ropes. So let me read it again. There are 43 jump ropes. We don't need to know about the balls for the children to play during recess. 15 children are using jump ropes. How many jump ropes are not being used? So what I need to do is I need to take the total number of jump ropes, which is 43, minus how many people are using them, 15, and find my answer. So in your workspace, 43 minus 15. Do the work, write me a number sentence, and find the answer. All right, pause the video because I'm going to keep going and you keep working. Number 2. This is a tally to show how many children chose each color. Color the graph to show the colors the children chose. So we're making a bar graph again. Here's the graph. I have to read the tallies. Remember our tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross on 5. So don't forget that. So if it's crossed, then I can count by 5. So I'll help you with the first one. Yellow. Let's count. 5, 10. So I'm going to go find yellow at the bottom. And I'm going to find 10, which is here. Draw my line. You can even use a yellow crayon and then color it down. Or if you've got a pencil, you can shade it in with pencil. Count your purple tally marks and color in that. And your pink and color that in. Alright. Number 3. We're doing our mixed numbers. Color 4 1/4 squares. 4 1/4. So I know I need 4 whole squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, for that fraction, 1/4, partition your square into a fourth. And then color 1/4. So just one single spot. Number 4, put a small square in each right angle of this shape. And then it says, use a corner of a piece of paper to check the angles. So remember, we're looking for those big L's that looks kind of like a house. So how many can you find? Right? So I know there's an L here. So I'm going to put a box there. Here's an L here. So I'm going to put a box here. And if I turn my paper, is this one an L? Yeah, it is. It sure is. So make sure you put a box there too. All right? How many right angles are there? 3. Trace the parallel line segments using a red crayon. Remember, parallel lines never touch. So the lines that will never cross, never touch. All right. Number 5. What numbers would you use to estimate the sum, the total, of 23 and 65? So it's not asking you to find the answer. It's asking you what numbers. So think about remember in class, 23, what is that closest to? Is it closer to 20 or 30? 20, right? Because there's only 3 away. 65, remember 5 and more go up. So 65 is closer to 70. So we would use 20 and 70. And then find the answers down at the below. You remember how we do this. We got to make a 10 anywhere we can and then find the answer. We've got our stack and solve, 85 plus 35. Remember, adding, we don't have to borrow anything. We just add it up. And then we have 94 minus 25. If we have subtraction, we have to ask ourselves, if I have 4 M&Ms, can I take away 5? No. So I have to go next door and borrow. And then the last one is our adding 3-digit numbers, 327 plus 485. All right? So go ahead and figure those out. If you need to back up the video for me to reread something, do that. And then when you're done, give that to your parents. They can check it or they can send it to me and I will check it. But I'm proud of how hard you're working and you guys are making this easy. So thank you for all your work and your listening that you're doing to your parents and for just being awesome because I miss you so, so much. All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.